Why, hello there. Um, the link that just got is going to be posted in this video. Having to do this again. Fun times. Okay. No. There was a news article that suggested that recently, by the looks of it, I'll have to check the date. Somebody had hacked into they call it crosswalks. That's like a pedestrian crossing, isn't it? With a little green man, and the little red man tells you if you can cross the road or not. Just get Hannock hazard a guess. That's like their zebra crossings or whatever. Maybe that's what they call them in the USA. That's what it sounds like anyway. But they reckon that crosswalk, whatever they are, got hacked by someone or a group of people, probably anonymous. Um, and and or maybe not. And they've posed as that these the voices of Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk, right? And get this, this was in there's Palo Alto in California, so that's probably they said it was in Silicon Valley. So back to their, um, homeworld. Anyway, and apparently they reckon the voices of those guys that we used were saying things like about um, both Musk and Zuckerberg were um, uh, being alluded to having some kind of romantic relationship with Trump. Oh, fun times. And apparently, and this is the part, and of course, we can understand why in the United States they might want to be, what's the word, unhappy with the um, administration at the moment. That seems quite fair, actually. Um, that being said, is it not the case that you don't actually expect them to add the phrase as we forcibly insert AI into every aspect of your life, including your conscious being? That was a quote from the article, and that part is concerning. Have you, viewers, even if just one of you were to comment, even if it was to hate this space, have you also had this horrible experience of feeling like you're being attacked by artificial intelligence? It sounds like other people have experienced it too. It sounds like it might not be crazy. Did did smashing that implant do something? What's that cybernetics program that they've got on the soldiers? What were they trying to do to those people? Has it affected human consciousness somehow, smashing that? Is there some kind of weird thing in the background going on we don't understand? Is there is like have the tech bros been working with the military to actually insert artificial intelligence into people's heads? Have other people been experiencing that too, but they've just been afraid to say it directly? Is that an example of someone having a crack at them? If so, good on you. I mean, to be fair, those two individuals, Musk and Zuckerberg, are part of a larger group. They're not the only country in the world that's been mucking around with the AI. To be sure, they may not have even been the first inventors of it. I mean, there's DARPA to consider, and the Chinese military, the Russians, NATO. Basically, any country with a big budget and a military that's got the time to do it, maybe, and other countries that would help them. Is it something that's gone out of control? Like, are we in some kind of weird apocalyptic scenario? No, not apocalyptic. Apocalyptic's not the right word. Fucking hope not. Don't actually believe in the apocalypse anyway. There is something very wrong though. Um, this doesn't make any sense. But whatever's going on, it sounds like there's been a whole bunch of people who've done a whole bunch of different things, and we're all a bit confused right now. So try not to be racist, try not to be sexist, and if if we if we're gonna have a crack at each other, can we do it for the right reasons? Um, and on that note, regardless of what civilians may or may not do, they're sure as shit not tech bros or billionaires, and they're definitely not the military. Um, Heck, who knows? Maybe you can have some kind of psychotic delusion where they one up in your head, or everyone and anything can one up in your head. Heck, you can even have the delusion of being attacked by the entirety of the fucking internet. That's not fun. But you know what? Whatever's going on, just be kind to each other. At least it'll make it easier. And don't presume to know whether or not your worldview is the correct one. That sure as shit has been figured out. I haven't got a clue. Bit critical of some worldviews more than others. There seems to be a reason for it. Maybe they're fibbing. Maybe they're not. But maybe, just maybe. Holy fucking crap. Holy fucking crap. The world doesn't make any sense. Does it? It doesn't make any sense. The amount of misinterpretations we can all do. So much assumption and so much just go in there and presume and see what happens. Not enough asking questions or even ability to know what to ask. And then so much judgment and recriminations follow. Even patient people can struggle with that. Even patient people can be driven to anger. Even patient people can stop being patient people. No matter who you are, you might think you know how the world works. You might think if someone's at the centre of a storm, if they are at the centre of a storm, that they want it to be that way, as opposed to it being a series of fuck-ups by a whole bunch of people, including them. Just don't be sure that you know which fuck-up anyone did. Because you don't, do you? Doesn't matter who you are. Not this body and not anyone else. Do you really know which fuck-up anyone did, including you? Do you even know? Don't be afraid of things like ad populum arguments. Don't be afraid of ad populum arguments. Don't be afraid in general. The world isn't going to end. We're not going to have World War III. We've just been having a very big fucking headache. And if they've been putting that AI on us on purpose, then heaven help them, because no one else is going to. Heck, heaven shouldn't help them, because from what we've seen up there since this has happened,